Welcome back, Vikes. Thanks for tuning in to VTV.
We've got a good show for you today. We're going to learn about what makes a good sports rivalry. We'll hear from you about those dreaded parking fees.
And we'll give our freshmen some badly needed advice. But up first, 44 of Triton's brainiest students received the payoff of a lifetime last week, all for being smart. Here's that story.
The John and Abigail Adams Scholarship provides a tuition waiver for up to 8 semesters of undergraduate education at any Massachusetts state college or university. In order to be eligible, Massachusetts public high school students in the class of 2020 must score in the advanced category on one of the 3 high school state assessment tests in English language arts, mathematics, or science, technology, and engineering. They must also score proficient or advanced in the categories on the other 2 high school state assessment tests and have a combined MCAS score on these 3 assessments that ranks in the top 25% in their school district. The 44 students to my right have attained this distinction. Congratulations.
So, students of the freshman variety have a lot to learn when they come up to the high school.
There's lessons in biology, algebra, and world history. And then there's lessons of the more, shall we say, practical kind.
Yeah, like walking in the hallway. Here's Alexander and Christian with more.
Hello, Vikes. Today we are coming at you with a story that is specifically for the freshmen. As the freshmen have begun their first year in the high school, we decided to give them a little bit of advice that would make their high school experience easier, as well as a little bit easier for the other kids who you go to school with. Our first little bit of advice is simple. Walk on the right side of the hallway. It's just like driving. You don't drive on the left side of the road, so you shouldn't walk on the left side of the hallway. Another little piece of advice we have for you is to not crowd both the hallways and the bathrooms. Specifically in the morning when you're standing in the hallway waiting for class to start, it is very difficult for people to try and get to their lockers and try to get through the hallway if you are overcrowding it. And in the bathrooms, 1 person per stall. I know what you're doing in there, don't do it. Also, no more VSCO girls. I swear to God, if I hear an ayuk or one more time, I am going to throw my hydro flask down your esophagus.
An ayuk. Do you not have any respect for the turtle? Where's your metal strap? Do you even have a scrunchie?
We spoke with some upperclassmen about some advice they wish they had known when they were freshmen, and the most common piece of advice that we heard from them was that you shouldn't waste your freshman year.
Hey!
So don't slack off in your classes, actually pay attention, because you might think that freshman year isn't important, but it actually is. It sets you up for the rest of your high school career. So don't fool around in class, actually get your work done, do your homework, study for your tests, and you'll have a great high school career. That's all we have today. Stay classy, Triton.
Hello. Hi. You look like you need a pencil.
I have one.
Oh, what's over there? Do you need a pencil?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, lucky for you, here at the Triton Viking Corner Store, we have tons of pencils. Our pencils are of the highest quality money can buy, but we can assure you they will never break. You can come down to the Triton Viking Corner Store anytime you want, because it's always open. See? It's always open. I think they're closed right now. Okay. So, the Viking Corner Store might not always be open, but we can assure you that when it is, you will have the best service around. So come down to the Triton Viking Corner Store when it's open and get your Triton Viking pencil today or tomorrow. To be honest, we really don't know the store hours.
who drives a car to school is subject to attacks from the man that has become quite controversial among the students this year.
My partner Bonnie asked some of you what you thought about the parking fees and also found out what they're used for.
Evidently, they're not used to buy the teachers coffee and donuts on Fridays like we thought.
Paying for parking at Triton has always been controversial. Is it too expensive? Should we even have to do it? Here's what you said.
So for my parking, I bought the parking pass for the whole year. I think that parking should either be free or cheaper because if I'm going to school for my education, I think I should be able to get myself to school without having to pay for parking just to learn.
I bought a spot at the beginning of the year. I think it's a little expensive. I mean, like $1 a day is kind of a lot because like it doesn't seem like a lot, but then it adds up over time.
So I bought my spot just because I paid for $1 a day last year. I can see like the rationale behind the $180 for the whole year because it is $1 a day, but I think it could be cheaper because that is a lot for some people to pay at once.
It's the school committee. They determined the number. It's $180. I guess $1 per day. And the cost goes to the plowing and all that stuff, and like if they have to make new lines or if they have to fix up, holes in the parking lot and things like that. Personally, I think that maybe the students should pay like $50. I feel that right now that's my boss is telling me that's what it is, so I have to enforce that. You're the voice of change. I think students should talk to, talk to myself, talk to the principal, talk to the superintendent, and see what we can do.
All good answers, Triton. For VTV, I'm Bonnie.
So Bonnie, what makes a good rivalry?
People who hate each other, like Trump and Hillary.
Okay, I was thinking more about sports teams, but that'll work too. Armin Lucier talked to some Triton athletes and coaches to learn about Triton's rivals. Check it out.
Hi everyone, Junior here. In the next segment, I looked into what makes a good rivalry. The Red Sox have the Yankees, the Patriots have the Steelers, and the Bruins have the Canadians. But who are Triton's biggest rivals? That's what I wanted to find out. Watch this.
We set about to find out more about Triton's rivalry in every sport.
In my sport, probably Newburyport. Although, I think we have a pretty good love-hate relationship with Linfield. We don't really like them much either.
The town's biggest rivalry is Newburyport.
Well, in cross country, definitely for the boys, our biggest rival is Pentucket. We've had a big rivalry going on with them for a while. For the girls, it's probably Newburyport because they have been battling over the past couple of years. In track, it's usually North Reading.
Well, in soccer, and when I was with football, the biggest rivalry for the kids was Newburyport, but it's actually Pentucket because that's who we play on Thanksgiving.
So when I coached here in football, I would say either Newburyport or Pentucket. Pentucket is the Thanksgiving traditional rival, but people seem to get pretty excited for Newburyport.
Our Linfield rivalry has started in the last few years.
These schools have been battling over the past few years, and the kids start off as freshmen and even in the middle school, knowing who their rivals are at other schools. So it builds over years.
I would say since Triton opened in the early 70s, 1972 or 73, because a lot of the students from Triton used to go to Newburyport High School. And then when Triton opened, the Salisbury kids ended up coming to Triton. And there was, a lot of family members who used to go to Newburyport and now went to Triton, so there was a lot of, a heated rivalry, a fun rivalry.
We played a lot of tight games with them. A couple we thought we should win, a couple they won, and it's a pretty physical game against them. So I think that's what makes it a rivalry.
It is a rivalry because there's Triton on one side of the border and Newburyport on the other side of the border.
We don't like them, but it's a friendly rivalry. Everybody gets along and respects each other, and we want to win, and those teams are good.
I think the proximity of the town. Newburyport's just right next door. Kentucky, it's like I said, the Thanksgiving thing.
You know, they're in the league, they're in the division, they're always good teams, and they're usually good games.
I think rivalries are healthy for any sport. It keeps both teams top of their game and really pushing each other.
Next week is Thanksgiving, so we won't see you till after Turkey Day.
Make sure you come to the last football game of the season versus Pentucket, right here at Triton, starting at 10 a.m. Go Vikes!
Peace! Let me just fix my face.
Okay. Quiet in the room, everybody. No rolling around.
Welcome back, Vikes. Thanks for joining us for VTV. Wait, what? Thanks for joining us for VTV. Wow, I don't like that.
Thanks for tuning in to VTV.
Yes!
We're going to learn about what makes a good sports rivalry. We're going to learn about what makes a good sports rivalry. We'll hear from you.
And 44 of Triton's brainiest students receive a payoff of a lifetime last week. Do you have an issue? Students of the freshman variety have a lot to learn when they come to frack. Oh! We all saw Armin's haircut, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Looks good.
Okay. So.
Everyone who drives a car to school is subject to attacks from the man who. Wait, who's the man? If you see someone yawn and you don't yawn back, that means like you're psychotic. Next week is Thanksgiving.
That was good.
I know.